Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. As we are letting people in and joining the chat, we are going to wait just one more minute to get started. So in the meantime, let's play some music.
Yo, online store owners, listen up now. I'm about to drop some knowledge, show you how Customily, the best staff in town. Let me tell you why, so you can win a crown. Then you can wear the crown. Personalization is the name of the game. Give your customers that personalized fame. Customized products so unique and cool. Spread the word, don't be a fool. With Customily, the store will stand out. No possibilities. There's no doubt. From t-shirts to mugs and everything in between. Your customers will feel like a dream.
Okay, welcome everyone to this new live session of Customily. Today, I'm joined on stage with Joffrey. How are you, Joffrey?
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Actually, it's very sunny and warm today, aside from the cold days we have been experiencing over the last live session. So this is nice to be wearing a t-shirt and the Customily t-shirt. So comfortable today, ready to get started. Also with Joffrey, we have Cecilia on the chat. As always, this is the team. This is the the masterminds behind every live session, and we are all ready to get started. Today's agenda is, as you recall from when you sign up to this live session, is all about acrylics. I'm going to be covering some special topics related to Q4. We have been covering this in previous live sessions, what's trending right now and what's going to be very important in the next few months. So, of course, Halloween is coming, and Joffrey is going to tell us all about that. Then he's going to be covering some ideas for acrylics. And then we are going to be checking out the types of acrylics and the providers. It's very important. And then let's going to pick one of those to create a couple of products with those acrylics, right? As always, we have a Q&A time. So write down your questions, whatever we cannot answer along the way on the chat and the presentation, we're going to be answering on the Q&A time. So without extending further, let's talk about Halloween, which is coming.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for that introduction, Jose. Right. So we're mid-September. That means spooky season is just around the corner, right? So we have some popular trending products to recommend, right? Since it's spooky season, here are some of those that we can share. Right. So we have the doormat that can be turned into something really spooky or really customized for Halloween. It's a good idea to throw in some decor or for those trick-or-treaters that come knock at your door, or maybe even just complete your house decor if you have some pumpkins at the doormat or whatnot. So it's a good idea. It's trending out there. We have the tote bag, which is a great recyclable idea for your kids, for those kids that go trick-or-treating. It's a really nice thing to keep at hand. And for those maybe parents that don't like to dress up or are not in the mood for that, you could throw in some sweatshirt and customize it. It could be a family sweatshirt, for example, or just for the parents that don't want to dress up and you don't want to kill the mood either. So this is an alternative for those custom days, for example. And then lastly, we have the party invitation. If you're throwing a get together for your friends or your family and you're feeling, kind of like Halloweeny, you can throw in or make up a party invitation Halloween theme. So these are some of our trending topics, trending products that are out there.
I recall we did some over these product comments on the Q4 live session, but we have been actually checking for the last 2 weeks how things have been evolving since we decided to present these ideas. And actually we have some great any interesting cases, some cases from customers that we may not be featuring today, but just to give you like a quick comment, the doormat, as Geoffrey said, is really fun and interesting to welcome the trick-or-treaters. And we have seen some doormats that have, for example, you can customize the number of footprints and the type of footprints. They could be like a dinosaur or a werewolf, or even shoes or something with paws and claws. So you can have like 3 or 4 different footprints. And funny is, when trick-or-treaters come in, they will try to step into those footprints. So the doormat has this playful kind of side that you can think of when you're coming up with cool designs, because right now it's all about the designs you're going to be creating. And
Yes.
well, definitely, well, sweatshirts, I think we had some requests to learn to do those those characters. I think we're going to be releasing special videos on that anytime soon before Halloween. So keep an eye on our social media.
Yes, that's completely right. So, and also, as I was saying, for example, you can, these are general, the way of seeing it being worn or requested is for those people who don't want to be all dressed up in a costume and don't want to kill the mood either. Because some parents, accompany their kids to go trick or treating. So it's a nice idea to, play the part for the family in that sense, right?
Nothing faster than a sweatshirt, right? No makeup, no thing hot inside, too much makeup and styrofoam and stuff like that. So you leave that to the kids, and you just wear a spooky T-shirt, and that's great.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So then here are some designs, some custom designs that you can use. As always, you can use them as they are or customize them. These are some suggestions that we have for you. And of course, the idea is that you build from this and, exploit your imagination as you implement them or use them in the different products, right? You could go from the trick-or-treating idea, including members of the family with their names, if it's going to be a gift, for example, or you can just go with a pet. That would be mine, actually. You can go for the pet and the moon, and so on and so forth, right? You can implement this, for example, for the family sweatshirt that we were talking earlier, right? That's a nice idea. So as always, feel free to play with the designs that we give out, use them as they are, or just tune them out and make them your own. That's what they are there for, right? Anything you would like to add over here, Jose?
Yeah, actually, well, connecting these spooky designs into our acrylic topic, we have seen very interesting implementations of this product because, LED-based acrylics actually can change colors they can change the color of the light, and turning them into a Halloween orange is very interesting when you got like this this warning with the pets, and you put them on the window. So when you get your trick-or-treating visitors, they actually get to see the acrylic with the dogs and the warning sign all lit up in orange. Is pretty interesting. So there's always a way for you to imagine how the product is going to be used, how you can market that, and how you can even present that in the mock-up images. Always suggesting the cool way, the nice way to use it is always great to help customers understand, how would I put, or how would I use a customized design into an acrylic? Well, this is a cool way of doing that. Something you can keep using and eventually add more dogs, who knows. But if you already have those guardians at the door, you can just at least put a cool sign that is always later used as a night light for when everything is dark. So it's always useful to have these acrylics. And so we want to jump in straight to the acrylic strandings.
Yeah, thank you for that, Jose. So right, so now we're gonna discuss a little about some ideas for acrylics. that are trending now. And of course, as usual, you can exploit them as you wish, right? So for starters, we have the wedding calendar. That's generally or it's being used for a souvenir for weddings, for example, or just as a gift if you're giving it out for your partner, for your spouse. So that's a nice idea. As usual, remember that you can keep these products or these acrylics diverse and use them in different occasions. One of the most trending and requested ones is the media player. The media player is out there, still live, and in some cases you have them with lights or without lights. For your nightstand, for exhibition of your, some of your shelves out there in your house. That's a nice idea. And we also have the street or the star maps. And in this case, what we recommend is that you keep them transparent because they look nice when they are put up on the wall, right? And given they are transparent, if you have a colored wall, they will kind of merge with the decoration that you have. They are really nice, for example, like in your office and whatnot. They are really good and trending out there. And lastly, but this is not new. This is a classic, and everyone tends to go for it. We have the family clipper, and these are customizable, of course, usual. And you can include like members of the family, names, additional clippers, and whatnot. Okay.
Actually, the family clipper, this example is pretty interesting, and I'm actually merging that into the previous example. You know how you well, we are not the best case scenario because we are all remote workers, but in case you are working on the office, or even if you want to personalize your desk in the corner that you have been assigned at your home, we usually take like a family photo, like a classic photo frame, but this particular acrylic with the clip art is actually, or even the media player, is actually very interesting to replace that and to bring up to contemporary style that family photo frame that you have in your in your table, in your desk. That's pretty interesting. I mean, of course, at the house at home is really interesting to have that. But I was just connecting to what you mentioned about the office and to having that that decoration of that acrylic wall art. And thinking of well, yeah, you can definitely have the same kind of thing for your desk, right? Hoping nobody will break it by accident.
Totally. Well, I guess in that case, I speak for myself because I have no kids or cats.
Yeah, that will be the biggest responsible in case of home office. Yeah, it's not the co-worker, it's the co-pet, right? Basically.
Yeah, totally. All right. So let's move on. We have some other ideas over here. Just as the stand media player, we also have the stand with family photos, as you were saying earlier. This, of course, can be customized with images from the family, with pictures from babies and whatnot, the clipper and etc. And the same would apply for including text and dynamic images. These are easy to create. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Today we're talking all about acrylics. These are easy to create. It's just a design with some clipper can be made, for example, from Canva, right? And it's adaptable for Halloween, as you were saying earlier. This can accompany your decoration if they include or not light. They can accompany the entire mood that you're creating out there with your decoration. And of course for Christmas as well. So as you can see, the acrylic designs or acrylic products are very versatile, and you can use them at any occasion in the year as gifts, as decoration, or just to accompany what you wish to complement in your house or at your office. Because if you're that kind of person that gets into the mood, this is something that you can bring to your desk without throwing in so much decoration throughout the year.
Right. Yeah. The idea is the evergreen or everlasting presence that can always be. For example, I kind of stuck with the second example, the grandma garden. If you recall, in previous live sessions, we have used the same style and design to create blankets, for example, or pillows.
Yeah.
So nothing stops you from actually grabbing what you have already designed in Customily and rearranging that for the shape of an acrylic heart, an acrylic dome or stand. So always think, if anything you already have can be reimagined or reused in that case. Remember what we said a couple of weeks ago. We are um, kind of like 2 maybe 3 weeks ago. We told you this is all about saving time, saving effort, and quickly launching. That's kind of the idea. So the Grandma Garden actually is a pretty good example of what you can do today with acrylics as you did before with the blankets.
Yes, it's a matter. It could be just a matter of recycling and tweaking up a bit your designs, and then you should be good to go, right? So let's talk about which types of acrylic providers we pick up. There are endless options and ideas you can come up with and combine. So let's talk Shine On. So on Shine On, we have different plates that we can work with, different shapes. The classic squared one. We have domes, circles, and stars. Actually, stars are really good. For example, at this stage, for graduations, you can use them for Christmas, as well as the hearts as a gift for Valentine's Day, for example, or at Christmas, depending on how your mood is feeling. And then this kind of cloud can become either a cloud or a flower as well. So these are kind of the things that you can think of depending on the situation and how you accompany them with the clip arts and the images and the upload, for example. This you can find on Shine On with those as a stand nightstands, for example.
I wanted to
Okay.
do a quick comment on this, as long as the others. Maybe you can check your AirPods to see if you're getting some noise at the background. One thing very important about the upcoming examples that Shof is going to tell you is that every single one of these shapes include bleeding areas, margins, and safe areas. And this is very important to get inside each POD website, get into the resources, and find the print templates. Every single POD will have the print templates of all the shapes, especially the complex shapes, like the star and the heart and the POW, for example. Those are complex shapes. But if you grab that information from the POD resource page, you can basically create an image out of that guide, put it in Customily, and design based on that proportion and that shape, contemplating safe areas, contemplating bleeds. That way you will have no problem at all when merging that into the product to create the Customily listing, because Customily will always adjust your design to the exact print information from the POD. So if you design based on that print information, you will have 0 error margin. So from for Shine On, Printify, and all the PODs that you will see now and the products you will see, be sure to pick the one you like the most or the ones you like the most, and gather the print templates and work on top of those. That's essential to make sure this will come out with, like I said, zero error margin.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for bringing out the mic thing. I just replaced it. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. I just got rid of the AirPods. All right. So that's good. Anyways, talking about Printify, as usual, as I was saying earlier, you have endless possibilities out here. With Printify, you also have stands, but then we also have wall clocks and wall art panels. As we were talking earlier, this can be used for decoration throughout the year, or just something to accompany your decor in your house permanently. If you stick to using a wall clock and you use the transparent feature, there are endless possibilities, from changing the style of the numbers to incorporating clip arts to incorporating different colors, and they can be even merged, for example, with the grandma's gardens thing. So there are endless possibilities you can come up with a wedding or with an anniversary kind of present. These can be completed with acrylics also on Printify. And if we talk about merch one, we have here, for example, the heart that we were talking earlier, for example, for the calendar, the wedding anniversary. This can be, as we were saying, as a souvenir, decor, etc. Okay. Okay, and this is one of my favorites, actually. When we go to poster flow, we have the idea of including lights. We have they can be with or without lights, and poster flow offers you this idea with acrylic, whether they are glass or just acrylic. Okay, This is actually one of my favorite products because I think if you have a good design or a nice design, the light that you select will make the design look. It will blend with the background and it will look really. This is actually one of my personal favorites.
Mm. And remember that your designs, in the case of acrylics, can play to their favor with the transparencies. As Customily can manage any PNG with transparency, think about that when creating your designs, because a solid background will be nice and will be useful when you're working with certain products. But when you're working with acrylics, having transparencies can definitely change the way you perceive the product itself, because you're playing with the product material itself. You're creating certain transparencies to whatever happens behind, as well as the light. So if you're printing something in the areas of the lighter colors, they will lead up with the LED light from the base. Darker colors will create the like a shadow contrast. So thinking about that is really interesting. We did some examples some time ago with the star maps in transparent mode, and that fit perfectly amazing with the acrylics. So keep in mind that transparency when designing for acrylics, right? And now we're going to see how to create and publish acrylic plaques in your store. Right, we have some examples here, some star idea examples, and we have the standing acrylic. This I think was from Poster Flow we just saw, and the star comes from China. But you can explore many ideas. And one quick way for you to see how many acrylic products are available in Customily is by using the search bar we have in the POD. And let me check by let me share my screen. Right, I'm looking bigger because I lost my partner on the process. Let me know if you can see my screen. Then the other day I think I didn't share for a moment, or I was muted. I did something silly, like always. Right, so in Customily, what you can do is go to Publish New Product, click to see all available PODs, and then search here and go for acrylic. This will give you a lot of pages full of products. Each product will be will indicate the name and also the POD, so you know where to begin, and you can have like a better scope of what's available in acrylics. So we have the nightlight in Poster Flow, or the acrylic glass. We have ornaments. We have acrylic prints. From Merch 1, we start to see some shine on acrylic plaques. We actually have an acrylic tumbler from Wooten. That's very interesting. Right, so you see everything that could be listed as acrylic will start to show up in here. We have, well, Gearment has ornaments as well. It's very interesting to see. And then, well, Shinon has also ornaments. You can explore as much pages as you want because there's a lot of acrylic products. And see, as you can see, every single one of these products will have a print template that you can find in their POD page. And that's very important, like I said, to start with something. When you work with Customily designs, usually they are optimized, so it's easier to fit them, but always double check, because the proportions are close to square. So maybe some products like this acrylic wall art will fit perfectly well. Some others may need to be adjusted later, but remember, you can always adjust, and that's very important. This is not set in stone, so you can always do fine-tuning to everything you create. Let's pick the acrylic glass from Poster Flow, for example. Now, this is a very thin and top, and actually it has the chance for the wooden stand or without the wooden stand. In these cases, basically the mockup will change to a different preview image, but we're going to stick with this. We actually have multiple sizes. For the 20, this is the thinnest one and the most portrait proportion. We can have multiple sizes. Let's try with the big one and see what we come up with. And then here is the interesting part. We encourage you to explore our Customily design collection. We can check out all 316 designs and coming more. We can go to all categories or just browse the categories in here. Some acrylics will have special designs based on the shape. As you can see here, when you see the acrylic plaque, you can have circle acrylic plaque special designs, right? Like this. You can have dome acrylic plaques. We have hard acrylics. We also have POW acrylics. This is pretty interesting, right? This will fit into the POW design, always working within the boundaries of the print template or the print guide. And then we have some puzzle piece acrylics. This is also very amazing. We have some puzzle shaped acrylics. We have star acrylics as well, and you see that some designs will adapt perfectly well. We have some winter and Christmas related as well as memorials. That's pretty common for this kind of shape. Star acrylics also come very handy when it comes to prizes and trophies. So keeping that in mind is pretty interesting. So I did pick a vertical kind of one. So I could actually go to the, let's see if I can find something in the fall season. Why? Because we prepare a custom design, and that custom design has to do with fall, has to do with Thanksgiving. That's one of the year events of Q4 that we actually haven't mentioned that much, but it's something that is you're still on time, and the idea is to think about it and see if you can grasp some of that sales momentum, right? So I have some ideas here, some designs. I think this with the big coffee may go well because of the vertical concept. So let me just create this. As always, we can always see the end result and think about changing the mockups, changing the pictures to show on the listing. Listings, once created with Customily, become part of the store, and you can shape them any way you want. I know, for example, Etsy listings allow for a small video of 15 seconds. You can record yourself customizing the acrylic using Customily. You can show the product in a very interesting way. In any case, you always get this final stage of revision and see how it looks. Fitting perfectly amazing. This actually, I really like the way this product adjusts to a lot of designs, and you see how the vertical design of the coffee actually shows pretty fun. We picked only one choice with the wooden stand, otherwise it would not show. And we should change this, right? Let's call this the life is better with a cup of coffee. Yeah, a great glass. Perfect. And let's customize this. Maybe if we don't want to use, pumpkin. Actually, that's pretty Halloween. So not very fall. Let's do with the coffee then. Okay, and let's call this woman. Yeah, I'm messing with her, so yeah, that's the way we're going to do things. Yeah, and put some cloth on and put some hair on our character. Perfect. Yeah, we are all set up with our demo product. We can preview this. Identical, yeah. And yeah, let's publish this. But if I want to publish this, I should, I'm pretty much convinced this is going to go straight for selling. So I will put a price on this. Put a, well, I'm going to put a description later here, but this is a quick shortcut to finish up some rough details about the product without actually going to your e-commerce platform to finish off this. So let's go Yeah, this is Christmas. We can charge this. Christmas Q4. Yeah. And we are all set to publish. This is how fast you can actually get something working with Customily and an acrylic. But don't worry. Oh, apparently I don't have a poster flow API. It's really cool that I got this message. I haven't connected my poster flow account to Customily with the API. If I were to do that later, this product will be connected. So this reminder is pretty useful so you know that you can always create the product using Customily. But to ensure the automatic fulfillment with that POD, you need to finish the integration connecting the API. I don't say not now for now, but that's it. It's a good reminder. So you take the most advantage of this integration with Customily. So once this is finished, we're going to check it out on the front end. Start over. All right. And yeah, everything seems to be working. Maybe I'm going faster for my connection because I'm transmitting, but it's all great. Yay, and we have our first acrylic created. Now let's do something custom designed, right? So let's go to Customily again. Let's go, well, this is always the end result. This is your product structure in Customily. Basically, you need to fill out the 3 points. Have the product, connect a template. This is automatically created and connected in the process of the merging, and the same goes with the option set. At any point, you can always unlink or relink or enhance this in any way, as long as you have all 3 dots in blue, you are fully connected to Customily and you can offer customization. This is a great visual guide for you working with any product, because later on, maybe you say, okay, why am I not getting the options? Why am I not seeing the preview? Oh, my template got disconnected. I need to just connect that again, scroll down, save the product again, and you're back in business. Why would it get disconnected? Well, maybe someone clicked on the wrong X, but something that could happen. It's important to know your way around the app to fix those small unexpected human errors. So getting back to the start section, I'm going to create a new design. For the new design, I will start with something very basic, which is, what do I want to do? I want to do a dome acrylic. I have been studying. I know what I want to do. I want to do something related to Thanksgiving, and I want to use the dome acrylic because it gives me that sensation that I can do something with falling leaves, and like a small carpet of leaves on the ground, and then the name of the family, for example, and the message saying Happy Thanksgiving, and so on. So that's my idea. Then I go to Canva and put that together to my liking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this the live session Happy Thanksgiving Dome Acrylic. This is very specific because I'm going to be using the acrylic dome print information. So I got that from Shinon. It's a PSD file that you can open and, well, just save it as a PNG image. In this case, I removed the purple background just to see everything transparent and be able to see the line. But basically, any one of this, let me see if I can quickly open this, right? Every single one of these print templates will give you the design area, the bleed area, and the full dimensions. And also will bring up all the, this is exactly what you get when you start, right? You have the bleed, which is that small line in a lighter purple. Then you have the design area, which is also the safe area. And then you have the extra elements that will be cut out directly, which is the straight line that you see here, right? So this is basically a basic print template. Then you can save it as a PNG and bring it to Customily. So if I were to start with something, I will go and say, okay, let's create a dynamic image because I'm going to upload my own assets. I'm going to upload my image and upload here my acrylic dome template. So what's this telling me? Yes, okay, I can extend this to fit the canvas, but my canvas is actually, you see how we have some white lines at the top and bottom because my actual canvas is 1000 by 1000 millimeters. And actually this is pretty small. It's like 10th of the size I have for canvas. So you can adjust the proportion, for example, and turn this into 1500 by 1300 and 1320, right? Or you can actually shape this to the exact dimensions. It's okay. As long as you have the proportions, that's all that matters to Customily because everything inside those proportions will be exported to create the final product. So we need to fit this like the acrylic dome, so everything will later adjust exactly to what what the POD needs. So in this case, I'm going to click on the resize button at the top and change this to pixels and go 3540 by 3115, like that, 300 dpi, edit page. Now it's pretty small, of course, compared to the original, but all I have to do is fit to the canvas again to make it so it's there. And this now is going to be my print guide. This is going to be the print guide. And I'm going to lock it so I don't move it by accident. Everything that I need to design now will have to be within that dark line. Everything outside will be cut out. Maybe if I have a full color or a full image background and I want that to bleed out, so when they cut it looks perfect, then yes, you extend that to the green lines. But if you want something to be on a transparent design, for example, you need to keep yourself within this this boundary. That's the best guarantee is going to print and fulfill correctly. So what do we do next? I will grab the same image and I will go to Canva, for example, or any editor that will allow me to create some ideas. So what I did was create this this page that has the exact same proportions and size as the print guide. I put the print guide there and I started designing this, and then I got yelled at because I have really bad taste and bad skills at designing. So Cecilia took over and created better options for designing, for example, Thanksgiving in different versions. So, of course, we discarded my first ugly version and took this. Very important about this. I'm going to be exporting exactly on the same size, right? So this I know is going to fit. If I have this as a background, let me see this. Okay, wait. Right. If I have this as my background, I can always know that I'm within the boundaries. Now, there was a title here. Let me see if I can go back a couple of steps just to recover some. Okay, maybe not. There were some titles that we removed for the exporting part, but I have the originals. Right, so this was kind of the first idea. We wanted to have a custom name for the family, custom text to input all the family names, and we had different versions of the background. So with this example, we took the originals, right, in transparency. And this is very important. Why transparency? Because I want to take advantage of my acrylic product. So I took them in transparency. That's something Canva can do, Canva Pro, I know, but there are other tools that will allow you to remove backgrounds. We have seen that before in other live sessions. So check them out later. We have online editors like Photopea that can remove background without any problem, or actually any AI tool online can help you remove the white background. So these are the designs we're going to be using. And let's double check that we are on the boundaries, just in case. I mean, the idea is to, I deleted those, but they were all in the same place. So I will copy this, right? And come to the second page and paste. I will have to just bring it in to the top, if I can. Oh, I took the wrong. That's not the one. Just 1 second. Okay, that's the one. So now I'm going to copy this. Right, so I'm within the boundaries, correct? And I'm going to lose some leaves, of course, but this actually gives me the chance to bleed out and cut with the shape without any margin or details or cutting too close to the edge. That's not always the best way to go. So definitely this is working. Yeah, let's go with the other one. Yeah, definitely this is within the boundaries. I'm a bit worried about the extension to the sides, like this one. Yeah, everything is working perfectly well. So having tested out this, I'm ready to export this and then put them in Customily. Use these print guides a lot. Use them as much as you can. They are key elements for the design. They will guarantee that everything fits in Customily, and you won't have any surprises when you get the final product. So in Customily, we're going to create a dynamic image. We are going to upload the free designs for the background. That's it. And if I did things correctly, then I could just click to fit to the canvas and it will replicate what I had on Canva. It will, of course, bleed out this, but it's going to print everything exactly and will match the proportions. So now maybe I need one of the examples, right? So I'm going to create a dynamic image. Let's call this the select design. Yep. And then I'm going to create a dynamic image called example. Delete. Yeah. So I remember that I have to actually delete this later. I'm going to upload just one of those because I think they are all the same. Yeah, I'm going with this. And extend this. Right. So I need to kind of replicate the titles in black. First title is going to be a straight text that I'm going to push to the edges with the Shift key. Then try to position this close. Let me type the same text so I can actually, so I can try to position this. Remember, what I'm typing is just for testing. It's not going to stick with the end design. All right. So this is the text. Oh, example, stay there. Yeah. And this is fitting, getting smaller like that. Right. So I'm kind of trying to match the size. Then I'm going to, if you know the font that's way faster, right? I don't know the font. I don't think we have the font, but I can try and look for another font. I think we tried this once, but there was no, let me hide the example. There was no and no ampersand, so I'm going to try another one. All right, let me look for a this one. Yeah, this looks nice. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to stay with this. So every now and then I'm closing, I'm hiding the example so I can see the end result and not lose track of what I'm trying to do here. Then I'm going to use the example again to create the arc text, the curved text. I'm going to put the example, exactly like that. Now, curved texts have this particular thing that as long as you keep them coming, shaping them, you will see how the arc starts to either get closer or wider. And the same goes when you make the characters bigger. The arc may start to go a bit smaller. So in this case, Basically, what will happen is this. Let me hide the example for a second to see the outline. If I do, for example, if I extend this to fit the canvas, it's going to give me an arc that is pretty much close to the arc of the dome. Of course, this is pretty small and this is pretty to the top, so I need to change the size. I'm going to see how this goes. Maybe I need to open the example again. Right, so I keep extending this until I find like a nice size. Now, of course, I'm making this bigger and bigger and bigger, and then going outside of the canvas. So I'm going to fit the canvas again just to make sure it goes there. The only thing I have left to do is try to make sure the arc is long enough to, well, not touch any of the examples, but at least be there for be aligned and close to the Happy Thanksgiving. Maybe I want to hide the example. Maybe I want to double check this, make sure I'm not touching the Happy Thanksgiving lines and texts like this. With the arc, I mean the arc, I can keep typing just to see that the arc go 2, 3, 4, 5, right, like that. So the arc goes up to there, so I'm not touching anything. That's good. And then I want to change the font, correct? So because Arial is definitely not a font we're going to be using. So let me see if I can find something like, where? Well, not the best, but we're going to stick with that. Let me get back to this. Okay. One thing that I'm a bit worried about is that I'm too close to the edge. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this by holding the shift key. You see how the box gets to reduce, just like that. So I can separate this from the edge just a bit more. We don't have to be that close. We may want to type something else just to, like this, just to see that we are evenly separated from the edge. If we see that we are kind of not evenly separated, we can always kind of push up the arc. This is a try and see kind of thing, but curved texts are amazing, especially when you actually have a product that can go with that. Let's call this the family name, and let's call this the family members names. And that's it. We want to hide the print guide, of course. We want to delete the example because we don't need it anymore. And this will be the design full and ready to go. We can always double check. This is going to print, and we are good to go. Let's save the design and create the product. We'll be just in time for the Q&A. Unless we have some questions about the design, not critics, just questions, please. All right, there's our live session design. We are good to go. Let's go to the start section. We can look for publish new product. We can get inside Shine-On. We can quickly go to the search and go for Dome, and that will bring straight the product we need. This is very handy when you are either looking for a specific product or a family of products, or when you actually go straight to what you want to do. You don't have to go inside the each collection. You can just type in. So it's very handy. Okay, let's pick the acrylic dome. And check this out. We have two versions. One version is with battery. The other one is with cord, with AC connector. If I were to pick both of them, basically it's a matter of how I want to charge by the battery or by plugging that. So let's go with both options, right? And click next. And now let's pick from our designs. Go to the last page, or look for the Thanksgiving. Also, a search bar here is very useful when you have like pages and pages of designs. Be sure to name everything so you can find them really fast. And then there you go. We're going to see this created. because the design has the exact same proportions as the acrylic dome print information. It's going to fit like a glove, and it's going to look exactly as it should be on the preview as well. So that's very important because it's going to print as Shinon needs that. It's going to present on the preview with the right mask and the right mock-up and position on the product. And then we can just name the product, put a price on the variants, pick a nice image, and publish like that. Right? You see how this is looking pretty nice. You see how the transparency actually gives that. It gives a great example because we have a background there. This product is presented with something behind to create that idea of transparency. Whatever we change is going to stay with that, so you don't see a white background, which is kind of annoying, especially for these products. And then we can just go and say family members' names. You didn't tell me. I was typing again. Right, so we have, maybe I don't want to use that example. Let's go with, oops. Yeah, that's great. You see that transparency. That is exactly what this kind of products can offer, and that's amazing. And then we're going for all right. And the edge, even remember we separated this pretty much from the edge, and it's still showing very close to the edge with a nice edge. But you see how that is very important to see how things will look. We did some separation, and still there's a bleed there to keep in mind. Nevertheless, everything is working exactly as we wanted. We are going to save this as a product image. We are going to do something pretty interesting, which is check out the other variant. We have, this is the battery power LED base, and if we go to the cord one, we change the preview to a night vision, and look how nice it looks. This is pretty interesting. So changing this gives that effect that it's amazing. So you can have both versions, and as always, you can have other mockups. Right, we're going to see that right now. Let me type something like happy Thanksgiving, acrylic dome plaque. Yeah, enter right side. So put a price on this. So I can publish. Basically, I like to publish with product so it's probably going to be a bit more expensive. The one with the LED, the battery power LED base. I don't know why, but that's it. I think it's a matter of commodity and the fact that you can move that around in the house. Let's publish this, and now you are all up for a great announcement. A new feature that I think you're going to love because it's very handy. I just mentioned you that you can always create other mockups using print files and AI tools, for example, or the POD render generator. Now, how do you get those test print files? If you recall, we have an API code that is exclusive for you. You can put that API code into a snippet and run as many codes as you want to create multiple print files. That's something that we used to do with the console, exploring, inspecting, and we have done a couple of tutorials on that. We have a great new feature that is actually, you don't longer need to use that. You can use a Chrome extension, and I'm going to show you just how it works. Now, pretty interesting because I'm running an incognito window. I need to actually get into a window that will allow me to use extensions. right? But this is super fast, right? I'm in here right now. I'm customizing this product. I'm going to pick this design. Then I'm going to put really fast. Oh, I'm almost doing the same, right? Maybe I need to flip this upside down. Remember, this is very simple to do. Right, so a family of 2, yay. This is my customization. I want the print file of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my new print file, test print file extension. I will load my API key from my user and click generate print file, and that will create the link, and that's it. It will have to wait, of course, because there's always a queue. But imagine having that really fast in an integrated extension. This is brand new, just released, just out of the oven. You can download that from from Customily. You can check out our public roadmap, our Canny. I think the guys can put that on the link. You'll be able to find this announcement. If you're subscribed to the newsletter, you will get that information, and you will be able to see how to download this. Once this is finished, you can click on the link and it will just create this. If it's not, it's almost there. So keep an eye, keep refreshing, and it will be done pretty soon. While we're going to be waiting for this, I think we're going to open the Q&A area. Oh, there you go. Hey, right? And that's it. This is, you see how big of a quality this is. So you can grab this, download this PNG high quality image, put it on any AI or POD rendering, and you will get amazing mockups. That's super fast, and everything is done now with the Customily extension for Chrome to create test print files. Right, let's jump back to this and open the Q&A. See, we're typing some, and the team were able to reply many of those. As always, remember, we're going to be uploading these assets so you can follow along the video when we publish the video. You'll be able, we're going to share the information on how to get the extension also. Candy is asking if we are going to be we're going to have the ability to add coordinates to the star maps. Yes, like in degrees, not on decimals. Actually, yes, we it's not something that is actually has a particular date of release, but we have received the suggestion. I think there's a feature request in our Canny roadmap, and the idea is to find a way to integrate that. Maybe you will be able to search for the location and bring that information to a text field instead of a map. We are looking for ideas, but it's going to be something that it has been requested, so it's on the table definitely. Cecilia just put the link for our suggested features platform. You can either search for keywords to find similar features and vote for those features and comment on those features, or you can actually bring up a new feature. That's always greatly appreciated, and you see how the race is coming, and we actually follow that roadmap pretty loyal. So whatever you suggest, we definitely look into that. You might get some contact from our product area to get some more details, to know your case scenario. Everything is possible. We always need and want to learn from our customers. Mary wants to know if we are going to be replaying this. I can't replay this because I forgot everything I just said, but we are recording this and we're going to put this on YouTube by the end of the day, or maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow, with the assets, with the backgrounds of the Thanksgiving and the fonts and everything, so you can replicate this design exactly the way you saw. And make it better, please. And see, we have some other questions. So as some questions may pop up, let me remind you of our support channels because, well, questions come up later. So if you have any, if you need any help along the way, always reach out to support@customily.com, open a live chat in the app during business hours, or join the Facebook communities we have because there's a lot of sharing and advising along the way, success cases, people helping others. It's really amazing how we get communications in the Facebook communities. And let me announce you what's coming next. We are going to have a very special guest, Elena from Merch One, where she's going to be joining us, telling us all about the company, telling us about the most recent releases of new products, the ornaments. We're going to be creating some ornaments together live, and it's going to be a really interesting view of this particular POD. They are good friends. We have been sharing webinars for some time. They are super fun. It's going to be a really interesting live session and a chance for you all to meet this POD company and see what they are offering, what they're trending right now, the exclusive products they have. That's very interesting and amazing. So that's all for today. Geoffrey, would you like to jump in and say goodbye with me?
Yes, of course. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us today. Thank you for joining. We are always pleased to welcome you here. And don't refrain from shooting us emails if you want, or reach out to the support team. They're always there to help us out. And thank you, Jose and Cecilia, for making this happen.
Thank you, Geoffrey, for jumping in for the presentations and for being there all the way on the chat and on camera. So thank you all. See you next live session with Elena. Have a great day. Bye-bye.